Mint Salad, and I saw Vanilla Sky. It is directed by Cameron Crowe. This was a movie review quest by a patron. If you want to request a movie, go to patreon.com/ASEpresents. I never heard of this movie before watching this, at all. Vanilla Sky? What was that? I was like, oh, this is a cool movie. Oh, Tom Cruise is in it. Okay, this is kind of cool. I'm really excited to see what this is about. I'm just going in this blind. Just completely blind. And so, the movie starts. We follow this boy. Boy's name's David. He has inherited a bunch of wealth from his family. From his parents specifically, who have died, and he's just kind of living as a playboy. Oh, I should probably mention spoilers before we keep going. He's living as a playboy. He has all the women. He plays women too. He's very careless. There's this one woman especially. Her name's Julie. Julie or Juliet. It's a J name. Julie. I'm gonna call her Julie. Julie is obsessed with David, and she's like, she keeps trying to get him to hang out with her. Of course, he's like, oh, we're having a fun time. We're having some making love time. It's all good. I made love to you 4 times. What does that mean? No one will clarify what the 4th time means. Only 1, 2, and 3 times. So yeah, so we got her. She's obviously in love with him, and he doesn't retaliate back because he's kind of just a little self-absorbed. I mean, he did inherit a lot of wealth when he was younger. I understand his position. It's not the best position to be treating people like humans, though. So, there's that. Then we also get to see, I do like this part. We get to see him plus his bro Brian. They're broing out. They're big bros. I just love the bro energy here. They got each other's back. It's bros before farming hoes, the tool, that's what that phrase means. And they're close. And, Julie's a little bit of a stalker, and they go to this party. And, of course, he doesn't want her. So, instead, Brian introduces David to Sophia. Sophia's cute. She's really cute, and I like her a lot. Pretty much I saw her face and I was like, you're so pretty. I love you. I want to be your friend. But, oh man, David has the smoothest moves. Just goes up to her, it's like, hey, I'm gonna need you to pretend to have a conversation with me. How riveting. Act like you're excited. And she's not acting like that, but they're talking to her about her across the room, and then she initially notices that they're talking about her. So it's like, what's with the subtlety stuff? But anyway, this is a nice night. She has a lot of fun with them, and it leads to this really cute scene where they're in the apartment, and he's up all close on her, and I'm like, oh, he's so smooth. He's got him charming ways. He's got a boyish nature that women just want to be with him, And honestly, she's playing hard to get, but eventually she does get the kiss. And they do kiss, and it's cute. And then they're like, yeah, squeal. And of course he's like, yeah, I'm smooth lady talking. I know how to get all the women. I know how to play hard to get. And women want you to play hard to get. It's part of the fun. It's a challenge. But He also compliments women's shoes, which is the best way to get women. Compliment their shoes, because most of the time, except for me, there's a lot of planning behind women's shoes. I should also mention that there's like a lot of, there's like, at this point of the story, there's a flashback to he's in prison with a plastic face on his face, and it's like, what happened? It's creating all this intrigue. You murdered somebody. It's like, what? He's insisting that he didn't. Maybe he framed it. Maybe he got framed. Who knows? We'll have to continue watching the story. And so, after Sophia leaves, Tom goes down. Why do I keep saying Tom? David goes down. Then you see Julie. She's there. And they get in the car together. Big mistake. Big mistake letting her drive. The entire time that I was watching her drive, she was like confessing her feelings to him. He wasn't like professing them back. And she's like, I loved you! I loved being near you so much! And she's like crying hysterical and she's swerving through traffic, and the entire time I'm just like looking at the screen like, women shouldn't drive! They shouldn't drive! They shouldn't drive for this reason! What if they get hysterical and then they have to like swerve through traffic and eventually drive off a bridge 80 miles per hour, smash, crash, right into a wall. So, no. She dies. Good. But also, David has to have reconstructive surgery, and now his entire life has changed. He's gone from looking really pretty to real ugly, like half of his face is kind of sunken. He's got like scars on his face. It's kind of gnarly, kind of creepy. I gotta be honest, he's cool. He looks cool. I wouldn't approach him either, so I'm not going to say that I'm better than these women who are not approaching him, but he's a little spooky scaring. And his previous friends are like, oh yeah, spooky, scary guy. We don't want to hang out with you alone. Especially Sophia. Sophia kind of falls out of love with him, and he's so sad and distraught, he drinks a lot of tequila, and he sleeps in the ditch about it. And I pretty much, at this point, when he falls asleep, it like, big black screen fades to black. And then it's like, open your eyes. And the open your eyes is pretty much throughout the rest of the movie. Start of the movie, you get open your eyes for the alarm clock, but then open your eyes throughout everything else. So yeah, she's like, open your eyes. Yeah, come here. Let me hug you, love you, kiss you. Let's be in a relationship. Normally, I wouldn't be with a guy like you, but you gotta do better, okay? You gotta do gooder. And she's so patient and kind and compassionate, and she's like willing to stay there while they try to find a solution for his facial surgery. And it's like this cute little sequence where they're just having cuteness. And it's cute. Did I mention that it's cute? Again, more flashbacks, like, as to why did you kill this woman? He's like, I don't know, but it's like also more flashbacks as to how the company works. So he's got a board of directors, right? 7 dwarves, as he calls it. They own 49% of the company, while he owns 51%. And he thinks that this was a plan for the board to get more control of the company. And, I mean, that makes sense. Seems like something someone would do if they're trying to get company stuff. But anyway, David is so distraught, his life is ruined. Except for Sophia is strangely kind to him, to the point where when he gets his face back, she's like kissing him, loving him, kissing him some more, kissing. But then, here's where the weird stuff happening. Weird stuff such as he keeps seeing like people like trying to be like, hey, you can control the environment around you. And he can, which is weird. And then everything gets a little bit more bizarre because he starts to imagine just like a little bit of his like face, Julia's face with Sophia's face, and everyone keeps telling them, actually, that's Sophia, even though she looks like Julia. Julie, like, what is going on? What is this madness? He keeps, like, his face keeps switching from, like, normal to, like, messed up to, like, normal again, and he's just, like, freaking out. He's like, is this a nightmare? Is this a nightmare? What is going on? I'm freaking out. What is... I love this part. I love the part where he freaks out because it's like, I don't know what's going on either. What is going on? Please, please intrigue me. I'm like glued at this point. He gets to the point where he's hallucinating about them being each other. That he's like, I don't get it. What is going on? I'm having a nightmare. He's like running through all these places. And he's just like screaming and shouting and letting it all outing. He's like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he's like, hey, I know who I am. But, oh boy. I gotta say, when he does, like, there's a scene where he does this, like, the guy's like, hey, you can actually just stop. And everything does stop when he wants something to stop, which is really freaky. And at this point, I'm like, what is going on? And he is also like, what is going on? To the point where he and Sophia are having sex, and he sees Sophia, and he sees Julie, and he won't stop seeing Julie. And he's like, no! Why are you still here? Why do you keep your... in my mind, you're so in my mind that you will not leave it. Please leave me alone. I don't want to see your face anymore. He suffocates her. This is suffocating. As someone who's never suffocated someone before, this is what I imagine it would be like. Then he gets sent to prison, and now he's being asked all these questions, and now we're caught up in the current events. Like, hey, what happened? Like, but there was no murder. And he like starts to kind of slowly remember that there was actually a murder, and he just feels bad about it. But then things get even weirder. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, this is a mind trip already with the flashback kind of thing. But then there's another element because on some of the TVs in the prison, there's like life experiences. You can expand your life experiences. We can have you frozen and then brought back a few hundred years later, and you can grow your life again there. And he did it. He signed it. He signed the contract, and he signed it for lucid dreams specifically. So this entire thing, this entire movie, well, I shouldn't say entire, from the point where he's in the ditch on is his brain. It's not real. But what is real is that he did walk, and then he got sad, and he's like, okay, well, I'm going to sign off my life to lucid dream, where I'm going to experience dreams lucidly. And at this point, I'm just like, oh boy, alright. This is already what's going on. Let's go. I need more. I need more things to melt my brain now. And I'm about to get them because now they're in an elevator with this technician. He calls, technician, 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 I think I'm in a nightmare. Technician, where's the technicians? Technicians! Rah! Just like that. Technician comes. All nice and polite. And they're in an elevator. And they reach the roof. And technician's like, hey, you can either stay here, keep dreaming, or you can live your real life, and you'll be immortal. And David chooses real life. And then he says goodbye to David, Sophia, Julia, I don't think Julia, Sophia, and he falls off, and then he falls off the building, splat, and then he wakes up by a woman saying, "Open your eyes, open your eyes." And it's so circular. I'm like, at the end of the movie, I was like, okay, mind officially blown. Oh wow. This movie was so circular. There was details from the from the middle portion to like the beginning portion that only would make sense if you saw the end portion. It's like, okay, I see why this is here. So it's like all interconnected. And I really like the plot of it too. It's a really cool conception. It's also trippy. Whew. Tom Cruise is a great actor. Wow, he's great. So is everyone else in this movie. And so I gotta give this movie a solid 7.9 out of 10. If you like that content and more content at patreon.com/ASEpresents for $3 a month for daily vlogs plus some extended mint salad sauce. $20 a month, you get one movie per 1 month. So go check out patreon.com/ASEpresents. More links to support me are in the link tree down below. But I'm answering all DMs on Fansly, so go check out fansly.com/titsmintsalad. Until next time on Mint Salad Saw, I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.